Okay, I like about Mr.Z that he's always like always giving us freedom and independence, and I like that about him. And
I like Mr.Z because he's fun and he lets us do bend the rules as much as possible.
I like Mr.Z as a teacher because he's very outgoing and he gives us a lot of freedom, and we're just like equals, and I feel like he has really helped me become the person that I am today.
He always tries to help us whenever we need help, even if it takes us forever.
The thing about Mr. Z is that he always gives us chances for a better learning. If we didn't do good on a test, he'll let us retake it. And I think we need more great teachers like him.
My favorite thing about Mr. Z, well, there's a lot of them, but I'd say that he's different from other teachers. Like, some teachers can be strict and some teachers can be fun. I'd say he's right in the middle. And he takes us out for milkshakes.
He's loud and it's easy to understand. My favorite thing about Mr. Z is that he had a good temper and that he was a person.
About Mr. Z is probably his sense of humor, how he'll let you do anything, like to pranks, to who knows what, that's funny. If he finds it funny, he'll pretty much let you do whatever you want.
My favorite year was 4th grade because he made a lot of funny jokes. Like, for example, he held up 2 basketballs and said, "Whose giant balls are these?"
I don't really have a favorite year this year. Well, it's just kind of like I've had fun every single year and I've had really good experience every year. And it's just like they're all great in different ways.
Probably because of this year, because I have a group of friends that support me and everything, and we did Future City, and I got to do a 6th grade project, which was really fun.
I think my favorite year was 5th grade because the work was kind of neutral, not that hard, not that easy, and I think I had way more fun there where like all my friends didn't transfer.
I'd say last year because, I don't know, it was way better than this year. Last year was so relaxed, and even though I got C's in most of my grades, it was still pretty great, and I don't know, class was really good that year.
My favorite year was this year because you in 4th grade, you don't really know as much, but then in 5th grade, I like this year. My favorite year in Mr. Z's class is probably 5th grade because I was right in the area where I was able to look up to somebody but also help somebody, and I felt like that was the year that Mr. Z was the least stressed.
My favorite year in this classroom was probably the 5th grade, just because you were in this class for a year, but you weren't too old and he didn't know you as well, but it was just fun to be a 5th grader. The works were fun. He was a great person. He still is a great person, but 5th grade was probably my funnest year.
Isolate the variable!
Give me my coffee and no one gets hurt.
Not sure.
I think it She makes perfect because I really like symmetry.
My favorite quote from Mr. Z is probably,
I'll kill you!
By Mr. Z is probably, isolate the variable, kids!
Favorite memory was when we went to Six Flags, and then it was storming, and Mr. Z said there was going to be a tornado.
My best memory from being in Mr. Z's class was when Charlotte and Johnny got stuck in the mud, and he and Wyer's dad, Pat, had to get Johnny's and Charlotte's shoes out of the mud, and it was just hilarious because we told them not to walk on it, but of course they didn't listen and they totally did.
6th grade field trip, something like that.
My favorite memory was when took us to Navy Pier on our 6th grade field trip, and I think we had lots of fun. And
All the 6th graders, or next year 7th graders, jumped at Mighty Acorns into the river, into the clay. I didn't get to jump because I would have smashed people, but still, it was really fun.
Mighty Acorns, there was like that little clay pit, and all the 6th graders would go in there, and Johnny would always fall in. So it was fun.
My favorite memory is probably that when I was in 4th grade and I tried to be Mr.Z and I failed at doing it because I fell and I hit my face. That's not my favorite memory.
Wait, 6th grade field trip.
My favorite memory is when all the 6th graders gathered in and ate lunch in this giant pit, and then we played, it was nature's class. No, Mighty class, what did we do? I can't talk.
Mighty Acorns.
What, are we going?
My advice for the future 6th graders would be to just be great leaders and try to set a good example for everybody.
Some advice that I would give to the 5th graders that are going to become 6th graders is to just watch out for poopy shoe and flat tires, because eventually when Mr. Z starts to do it, then everyone's going to start to do it. So stay to the walls on field trips, especially on walking field trips. And
Try to pay attention and study as hard as you can, because it gets harder each year. And if you think something is over or your life is going to end, just don't think that. Just keep going with your life.
Advice is make sure you do your tests, you practice for your tests, because usually when it's test day, Mr. Z doesn't have much patience.
Watch out for hard work and be prepared.
It's loud. I don't know what to do.
For the future 6th graders is probably stay on his good side, because even when he's mad, he's just not gonna like be mad at you if you like stay on his good side. And also like get him coffee when he needs coffee, and then he can get mad at you. Have a good sense of humor. When you're with Mr. Z, he's gonna try and make you laugh. You can't just be like, that was rude. No, you kind of have to just go along with it. Be a nice person, make him laugh, help him from time to time.
My favorite project is a project that is done every year. It's the 6th grade project.
my favorite project that we did was the mythology project, because I got to read all these different stories and like learn about all these different gods and monsters, and like, it was just really cool to me, and I still love mythology, but
my favorite project is probably either in 4th grade the Birmingham one or the 6th grade project.
My favorite project was the Sim City, where we had to create our own model city, and I think that was really fun, and I think you guys are gonna like it.
Since we all used to plan our city and we built the city with teamwork.
The 6th grade project was my favorite project because we got to do a topic that we really loved, and you got to do a topic that you're very passionate about, and I had fun with it.
Well, my favorite project probably is the 6th grade project, because I get to do whatever I want, and I feel that I have the freedom, and I'm excited to do that. I haven't done it yet. Well, probably when you're singing this, I have done it. So, think of a favorite project right now. My favorite project was the science fair, when me and Lainey did flash cotton, and we tried to make it, and that didn't work at all.
My favorite field trip was Six Flags because we had a great time and we went on all the rides.
I think my favorite field trip was either the 6th grade luncheon that we just had today or the model options field trip, because it was really, really fun, and I got to just hang out with my friends and joke around with Mr. Z the 6th grade luncheon, we were all cheering each other on, and they were both just really fun.
Field trip is, of course, the 6th grade field trip where it was just the 6th graders in our classroom.
My favorite field trip was in the Museum Science of Industry because I actually learned stuff that I didn't know before, and I think they would have really interesting things there, like how a tornado's made.
Nature's classroom, of course. It was the best time of my life.
My favorite field trip was most of the Mighty Acorns field trips, especially the spring ones, because we'd always play like camouflage, and it was really fun. And then
my favorite field trip was probably Nature's classroom. That was one of the best experiences I've ever had in my life. Because you have the freedom there and you get to like have breakfast there.
My favorite field trip was the 6th grade field trip just because it was fun and we all got to run around. And we dreamed of playing a giant game of hide and go seek if we could. But it was a fun field trip.
Na 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 na. Hey hey hey. Goodbye.
I don't really want to say goodbye, but I would just like to say farewell for now, and thank you for being such a nice teacher and a really great friend.
Bye, Mr. Z. We'll all miss you and keep being the way you are and funny.
Well, it's really sad to say goodbye, and I won't be seeing any of you unless I visit, but I think that might be rare, hopefully not. But I'm going to miss you all, and you guys are great friends and great students, and I hope the best for you.
I guess this is the part where I say goodbyes.
Well, now it's time for goodbyes. Well, I'm gonna miss this classroom a lot. It was my favorite classroom so far that I've been in Drummond, and I really like to thank all the 6th graders that I've had and Mr. Z, and it's been a great time. And now I'm going to 7th grade. I'm gonna be like.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Z, for 3 great years. And goodbye. I'm gonna miss you.
You're dying.